just fucked up. Right. Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto our power. Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Rakakodash. That's all praise to the Heavenly Father. His true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh, and his son's name, who we're going to call Jesus Christ, her name in the Hebrew is Yahushua. Also giving praises, honor, and glory to the Rakakodash, the Holy Spirit, which is the force and entity that makes edification possible. We'll say Shalom to all you sister, heart, Aki, Walk, that's your brothers. The sisters make your bodies a living sacrifice on a daily basis in this wicked and adulterous generation. Also, to give double honors to our beloved apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who taught us the truth and who rule well. All right, we just a few brothers here from the Great Millstone Dallas camp. All right, coming back this evening through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah to bring out another Thursday night live prophecy session. You know, in the Lord's will, this will be edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel and glorifying unto the names of our power Yahweh Shemel Shah. And we're going to get into it, man. All right. We're in a time of great judgment. We have to point out, man, the only thing that makes sense is judgments. You know, enough has been said, enough has been done. Okay, so we just at the point, okay, of Yahweh, just us waiting upon Yahweh Bashmal Shah and his judgments. As a matter of fact, if we could open up with Isaiah 26 and 7, and we'll read down to like verse 9. And you know, we'll got maybe a few articles we're gonna touch into. It's a lot of things to speak about, man. We just coming out of the Day of Atonement, Yawam Kapar, yesterday evening, and the Wadi Bashar Shah for allowing us, to take part in that again, in spirit and in truth as we commemorate our Lord and Savior, our King, our big brother, Yahweh Shah, and his sacrifice. As we teach our power, beg our power to forgive us for all of our sins, man, so we can be covered and have this hedge of protection here in these evil days, bro. Okay, because nobody else is doing this, man. And in 2025, who else is really beseeching? Okay, Yahweh Bashim Shai, begging for mercy, begging for forgiveness, man. Okay, so hey, Lord's willing, the Lord finds favor upon us and gives us mercy in these evil times. So, we're just gonna roll in the spirit, as we usually do. So Lord's will is edifying. So whatever you please got.
I got one real quick.
Got
This is Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 6. And it reads, seek Yahweh Bashim Yahushai while he can be found. Salakia. Let me read that again. Isaiah 55 and 6. Seek the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai while you can find him. Call on him now while he is near. So, these are the times, man, like the priest is going into, man. We're in a time of judgment. You know what I'm saying? Heavy judgment is about to be brought down upon Babylon the Great and other places in the planet Earth, man. We're in a time of judgment. Second Ezra, the 9th chapter goes into that, the time of visitation, which means punishments. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is about to drop the hammer on this place, man. You got a lot of people out here playing games. You know what I'm saying? When the Lord is not a game to be played with. You don't play with the Lord, man. And he's about to show these people because they've been taught Christianity and a whole lot of BS and nonsense. He's all love, a whole bunch of lies, man. The lies and deceptions. Isaiah, the 60th chapter, verse 2. This earth in darkness, these people in gross darkness. You know what I'm saying? Which is deep ignorance. You know what I'm saying? Which really, there's not going to be an excuse because you got the men of the Lord, the prophets beginning and starting with Apostle Haron down, like-minded men. You know what I'm saying? That may not go up under the banner of GMS, but teach the same doctrine away from the apostles' doctrine. You know what I'm saying? That's teaching this truth, this knowledge, man. So just like it says in Hosea the 4th chapter, the Lord is not going to the Lord is going to reject them. They're going to reject this knowledge, and the Lord is going to reject them, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're in a time of heavy judgment. So this is the time now while the doors of repentance are open, this grace period. You know what I'm saying? This time to get your shit together. You know what I'm saying? This is that time, man. Because seek the Lord while he is near, man. The Lord is about to turn his face and turn his back. You know what I'm saying? What's that? Psalms the 10th chapter, I believe. Yeah, as a matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Psalms 10 and verse 1. And it reads, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Lord, why do you stand so far away? I got it in the NLT. Let me change this over real quick. I want to get it. I want to read that in KJV.
I got it for you, right? Psalms 10 and 1. Why standest thou afar off, O Lord Yahweh Shema Shai? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble?
Boom, in a time of trouble, man. You know, judgment is coming. Times of trouble is coming. Jacob's trouble is upon us, man. You know, I just saw brother just made put out a video. I believe it was the brother GMS Watchman that they're paying $50,000, I believe, to snatch up Jake's, man. You know what I'm saying? So hey, and you got coopery going on, man. You know, you're gonna have Jake's picking up, you know, helping him to gather up Jake. You know what I'm saying? So the time of Jacob's trouble is upon us. So that time of trouble, you know, it is upon us. You know, we're here, man. You know what I'm saying? This stuff is happening, man. You know what I'm saying? Everything, but bro, all these prophecies are going down, bro. You know, Department of War going hard. You know what I'm saying? That nigga ain't playing. You know, he going in right now. So the war drums are beating. You know, times of prophecy, which the scriptures say that the effect of every vision is at hand, man. You know, that proverb that's been in Israel, you know, the Lord is gonna cease that shit, man. You know. Got anything?
Got it. You got the Isaiah? Somebody?
I had some.
Okay,
No.
What was it? I get it for you.
Isaiah, we can start at concept. Yeah, yep.
This is Isaiah 26 and verse 7. It says, the way of the just is righteousness.
Right, the way of the just is righteousness. When you go into that Hebrew word way, is
Uprightness.
okay.
The way of the just is uprightness.
Right. When you go into you know, that Hebrew word way is can we get into it? I believe it's the rock. The rock. It should mean a manner of life, a code of conduct.
Yeah, you said the way
Kind of
way is the rock.
Yep, the rock.
I mean way, path, road.
Yeah, path, road, because that's exactly what this truth is. It's synonymous and it's likened to a walk. You know, it's likened to, you know, well, technically we're pilgrims. What does pilgrims mean? Pilgrim means someone that's traveling to a holy place. You know, so there's a particular way, okay, on how we're supposed to conduct ourselves. There's a particular road we're supposed to travel, and this is the road that's not really traveled that much, okay? Because ultimately it's embodied in the man Yahweh Shai, John 14:6. He said, "I'm the way, the truth, and the life." And Yahweh Shai, he's you know, in order to follow Yahweh Shai, you're gonna, you know, follow a very straight path. Straight meaning narrow between, you know, a hard rock and a hard place of difficulty, man. You know, and that's what, you know, us as believers, you know, we've been experiencing, but we're about to experience it on a whole different level, man. Life as we know it is about to change. You know, because as we, you know, bring up often, the only, you know, relation we have with Yahweh Shema Shai in these times is really just, okay, having a relationship with the Lord while we're on the grid. Okay, now we're about to see what it's like to have faith in the Lord when you off the grid. You ain't got no lights, you ain't got no air conditioning, no car, you know, money, you know what I mean? Access, you know, to, you know, talk, you know, to a brother, you know, pick up the phone. It's just gonna be you and your faith with Yahweh Shema Shai. You know, so Yahweh Shema Shai is training his sons in that way right now. You got it out.
It says the path, way, passing of life, way of living, travel.
Yeah, way of living. See, this truth is more than just knowing, hey, I'm Israelite, shalom. Okay, you learn how to salute a brother in the Hebrew, and that's it. Okay, no, this truth is a way of life. And you have to be conformed, you know, and reshape it in your mind. You know, so it's a way of life from the things you eat, the things you speak, the things you think about, you know, the word, you know, everything, the way you dress. Okay, it's, you know, we're supposed to have done a 180, man. Ultimately, Philippians 2 and 5. Let this mind be in you, which was in Yahweh Shah Hamashiach. You see? So that's the way of life. Okay, and can you read that verse one more time?
This back Isaiah 26 and 7. The way of the just is uprightness. Thou must upright those way in the path of the just. God, it says the way of the just is uprightness. Thou most upright does do way the path of the just.
Right. It says, thou weighest the paths of the just, meaning that the Lord, he's taken very, he's taking a lot of consideration, you know, as into, you know, the way his elect is moving, man. Was that Psalms 27 and I believe verse 20? So like in Psalms 37:20 says, for the steps of a good man are ordered by Yahweh Bashmal Shah. When you read it in the NLT, it says, for the Lord, he delights in every detail of the godly. So every detail, of our life, from job you working, the woman you dealing with, your living arrangements, everything, bro. Yahweh Bashmal Shah, he's calculating and measuring all that, man. Okay? He's with great labor, okay, taking care and nurturing up his elect, okay, through his truth, man. And we have to have faith in that, knowing that Yahweh Bashmal Shah, okay, is attending over us, attending over our lives, man. You got it.
Verse 8, it says, yea, in the way of thy judgment, O Yahweh, have we waited for thee.
Right, and here's the main point right here. It says, yea, in the way of thy judgments have we waited for thee, man, because we know that vengeance is of the Lord. And Elder Ariella just did a very beautiful lesson today, man. I believe he entitled the lesson of vengeance is of the Lord, but fuck these people, man. Okay? Yeah, we waiting on Yahweh Bashmal Shah, to bring vengeance upon these people. And we know what the scriptures say, wait ye upon me until the day I rise up for the praise. We know we're not supposed to take, action in our own hands, and we're not. Okay? Lord willing, he keep his spirit upon us, and we're not going to do that, man. But at the same time, fuck these people, bro. From the bottom of our heart, man.
Right.
Okay, because we're not gonna give, two flying F's. Okay, seeing nigga women's weave gets knocked off, man. Okay, these coon ass niggas, man, just get mown over, bro. You see, the brother showed a video before we started the lesson. You know, I get credit. But but the brother Banal right here, man, showed us a video before we started the lesson. And it was basically like this Eve reporting, like the newscaster was reporting, Eve, basically, he was giving her testimony of what happened, and had ICE agents just break up in their crib, bro, like 12 o'clock in the morning. And the ICE agent said, man, fuck them kids, man. And it was, gruesome, bro. You see, just snatching up any and everybody. Esau ain't asking you no fucking question. You ain't got no rights, man. See, Jacob got to realize where they at, man. This is not the land of your rest. Okay, we came over here, okay, on cargo slave ships, not on a goddamn Carnival cruise, man.
Right.
You see? So Yahweh Bashmal Shah is about to, he's about to bring forth these judgments. You got it.
2 Ezra chapter 8 and verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, you got it. God, can you read it again?
Come. 2 Ezra 8 and 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world.
Right. It says many. Okay, not just a few. Okay, but many. Meaning what? I believe the next chapter it speaks about how they're gonna abide in torments, man. When you abide somewhere, that like we in his home right now. Okay, we abide in his home, meaning like we inhabit it. So that's how these people, the Lord's about to allow these calamities and great miseries just engulf these people, man.
Right.
They're not gonna be able to catch a breath. You see?
Right.
And the prophet's been warning you of these things, man. Starting with our beloved apostles and their teachers, man, for decades, over 50 years, man. You see? So we at the time now to it ain't no more talking, bro. The Lord's about the phase of this ministry is about to change. Okay, Esau ain't about to allow the prophets to continue to, basically expose him, man. You see, because the job has already been done. It's already, So it's time for many great miseries, man. You got it.
And that's why the Lord said in 2 Ezra chapter 15, I will hold my tongue no more concerning their wickedness, man. You see now, like what is in the Psalm is now time for the Lord to work.
Yeah.
The Lord is getting ready to get busy, and that's going to be part of those great miseries that shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride, man. And I'm going to jump to chapter 16, 2 Ezra 16 and verse 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. The beginning of famine and great death.
And that's where we are right now. It's just the beginning, bro.
Right.
If they done these things in the green tree, how much more in the dry tree? Okay, these tariffs. Okay, ICE agents, snatching up, starting with the northern tribes. Now they, making their way down up on the southern kingdom, and people flipping shit already. But hold up, man, you still able to go to the gas station, pay $2.99, and go to work, go here, go there. You know, and people think that, you know, this is hard times, bro. This is
Right.
this ain't nothing yet, bro.
Yep.
This is just the beginning. Okay, a time of trouble such as never was since there's a nation. That's what's coming very soon, man.
Right. And you can see it with the prices going up and everything now. I was looking it up, man. Like the buying power, like what 15? You know how we get back in the day. If you made $15 an hour, you was balling. You know what I'm saying? That's I looked it up, man. It said they had the same 15 $15 an hour had the buying power in the 90s, had the buying powers of $37 in these times.
Right.
You see?
Hey.
So that's showing you how much, you know, hey bro, they let you know, man, like people that making in $100,000 are living paycheck to paycheck, man.
Mhm.
That's no longer a comfortable living expense anymore, man. Now you gotta make over that 200, 300,000 to even trying to be comfortable, man. You see, it tells you that shit. So that shows you the state of America, the state of this place. And like the brother was saying, it's all Jake don't understand because they can just walk in, a nigga hold the door. Everybody's, oh hey, how you doing? Niggas in the gym, oh, you want to use a machine, bro? Yeah, no, you know, hey, that shit's about to go out the fucking window, man. Because now one of them niggas ain't gonna have no sandwich and you are. You see, a lot of people about to go home, and that's gonna change hey man, when people get home, it changed like that Snicker commercial.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not yourself. You see, people gonna really revert back into that animalistic mindset, man. You see, mentality, dog eat dog. You know?
Yeah, that's the commercial actually was heavy because they would turn into monsters. And they're like, eat a Snicker and then they'll calm down.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, what like he says in what is that? Second Ezra 16, you know. All that's gonna actually be the beginning of sorrow. We're gonna have famine, pestilence, all these things that's gonna come upon the earth. Especially in Babylon. You're gonna have Jake, Jake look at they don't see further, they're blocked from their job. If they're not going through a situation, they don't pay attention to anybody else that's going through. But like I say, it's like that gross darkness, as it says in Isaiah 60. The ignorance. They don't see that, but it's covering especially here in Babylon, it's covering all of Babylon, covering the whole earth. They're not gonna see it. That's why the Lord said it's gonna be like a thief in the night to them. They're not gonna see it until it's right in their face. All right, they lost their job. All right, their kids are starving. Then you're gonna see and look outside and see everybody going crazy. Like these damn zombie movies. You might have a lot of these zombie movies start off to be a typical day, sun out. Next thing you know, you see somebody running down the street acting crazy. Next thing you know, it's just an all-out massacre over here around the corner. And that's how it's gonna end up like that.
What's that one movie? Was it Songbird?
Yeah, close your eyes.
Yeah, but like I'm getting up, it's not a bird box.
Bird box.
Yeah. So like Bird Box. You know what I mean? When you said that, made me think about that movie because that's how it was at the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, everything was peachy and creamy. It was a sunny day, and then next thing you know, somebody had a car wreck, and another person had a car wreck, and it was a culmination of things. Just got to a point, it was just shit hit the fan. You know,
World War Z was like that. I just watched it the other day. Everybody just walking around. They was driving, family talking, laughing. What you want for ice cream? You want some ice cream? You know, and next thing you know, big ass truck drive through, driving, going crazy. Next thing you know, it was all out chaos. See, Esau put these things because he said he set up these things on the left hand side because this is his left hand prophecy. He's trying to tell you that what's to come.
I had this for you about this. Since you said that, this is the book of Amos, chapter 6 and verse 3 in the NLT. You push away every thought of coming disaster, but your actions only bring the day of judgment closer.
Bro, and that's why, like you said, wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of our time, strength of our salvation. We pay attention to these things as we watch me. But that's like when you see Jake walk past, when they walk past us, they just blow things off. They all, y'all been saying that for years that all these things will happen. We ain't seeing it yet because it ain't happened to you yet, but it's happening to everybody else around you. You don't pay attention. You throw things off. All right. And that's why you're gonna see eventually Jake is gonna go through a series of things, and what the Lord called that in Jeremiah 30:7, Jacob's trouble. It's gonna be a time like no other that you're gonna be in that. All right, that's why you need to cover in the how about Shemi Awashai. Can you read that one more time?
Amos 6 and 3 in the NLT says, you push away every thought of coming disaster.
Be just the priest But I just quoted Arizona. I mean, I said quoted Hosea 4:6. They reject knowledge, so the Lord is going to reject you in these times to come. All right, you push away everything because you want to hear smooth things, but it's going to get to a point where it won't be no more smooth things to talk about.
Right.
Everything's going to be all bad.
Hmm.
Unless you in the house of Yahweh Shemi shot, everything's going to turn to turmoil. Everything's going to turn into dust. All right, the mirth in this place is gone. What did it say? The song, the songs are
Receipts
the type of seats and all these things are is out of there. Music sucks now.
Mm.
You're not going to look. When people go through things like I said, when people lose it, they lose it. When you lose everything, now you're going to start seeing people start losing it. And what did Esau do? Say everybody can get pistols and guns, and now you're going to take your jobs away. Esau going to take your kids' food out their mouths. You're going to take food out your mouths. All right, you're going to take your homes away. You're losing it at that time, and what's going to happen? You're going to lose it. That's why Matthew 24, you said you're going to wax cold. All right, you're not paying attention to what we're telling you. All right, you ain't going to be paying attention to the news that's going on. All the stuff that's happening in the news. Yeah, you'll hear Jake say, "Man, all you hear is bad, and I should cut it off."
Right.
Nigga, that's what you're supposed to be paying attention to. But go ahead.
Nah, I'm just gonna back your point up, bro. It's gonna get to a point where you ain't gonna be able to, what the Lord is bringing, you ain't gonna be able to cut it off.
Right.
Cut that fucking TV off, man. You ain't gonna be able to just, I don't want to hear that. Nigga walk away. You ain't gonna be able to walk away from what the Lord is gonna bring. Cause like the Lord said, like it says in Amos, and like if a man did flee from a lion and a bare metal, and it lets you know everywhere your ass go, it's gonna be judgment. You see it in chaos and everything. And all that's about to happen, man. You see, but that goes back until our people don't know what a prophet is, man. That our people have been so disconnected from our heritage that they don't truly understand what a prophet of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is.
Yeah, they looking.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say they looking to these they look at that one nigga preacher woman, Juanita Bynum as a prophet.
Yeah, prophet.
Right.
Yeah, prophetess. That when you talk to Jacob about a prophet, that's the first thing to think about. Some bald headed greasy ass nigga with that white collar, that priest white collar and whatnot, and that's a prophet. But you tell them, no, these men on the street corners, right? These are prophets. They're like, what?
Right. So disconnected from our heritage, man. Because when you look at the scriptures, all the prophets were always on the streets, man. They was in the gates. You see, and it's not gonna change, man. That's gonna always be a lot of the prophet, man. Go and proclaim this message in the open, man. That's in the gates. That's where all the commerce happened. You know what I'm saying? Where judgment took place. You see, and then the prophets would go there to call out corruption. You see? Go ahead.
Jeremiah 17:19.
That's it. Yep.
Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Al to me, go and stand in the gate of the children of the people, whereby the kings of Judah come in, and by the which they go out, and in all the gates of Jerusalem.
And all the gates, man. You see? Go ahead, bro.
It says, and say unto them, hear ye the word of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Al ye kings of Judah, and all Judah and all the inhabitants of Jerusalem that enter in by these gates.
Right. You see, so the gates, Proverbs chapter 1 tells you that. That's what wisdom cries out, man. That's where you hear the word of the Lord, man.
Right.
You see, it's from the gates. And it's not in no church house, man.
Right.
You see, it's not in a building. You see, the true word is gonna be found in the streets, man, where the people are. Right. You see, what a message is supposed to be. It ain't behind a pulpit in an air conditioned ass building, man.
Right.
You see, or heat when it's cold outside. No, the prophet's gonna be out there preaching his word, man. That's right. See.
Isaiah 13:1, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake their hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles.
Right, into the gates of the nobles, man. You see? So I had did a lesson today, man, going into like what the prophets, what would the prophets of the Bible be doing in these times, and what they be preaching on the street corners. ChatGPT went in and said absolutely. You see? And it said the prophets will be using every tool, you know what I'm saying, in this age that was available to push the word. What's the main tool? This internet, man. Yeah. The social media, YouTube, man. You see, and it said that they will be calling out government corruption. They'll be calling out injustice. You see, corruption amongst other Israel leaders of Israel. You see, that's why Great Millstone is hated so much, man. You see, because we're coming into the loss of the prophet. The prophets are Lot. When the angels came into Sodom, when the angels were going into Sodom and Gomorrah, they told Abraham, we going to see what's going on in Sodom. Roughly paraphrasing, because we heard the cries great. Now, what were they? Who was crying? Was the city? The city was actually city crying. Was the actual city and buildings weeping? No, it was Lot. Because soon as the angels came into the city, well, who did they find? They found Lot in the gate, man. You see, and what was Lot doing? Lot was prophesying, man. Lot was pointing the finger, man. Like it tells you that it wasn't in Peter. Lot was vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, man. You see, so Lot was telling y'all niggas going out, man. Lot was going in, bro. That's always been a lot of the man of the Lord, man. You see, there will always be accustomed to go out there and preach the word of the Lord. Hey, what was that? The Lord told Ezekiel. The Lord told all the prophets, man. Yeah. You ain't know John the Baptist. He wanted the temple. John the Baptist was in the wilderness. He was in the streets, dog. You know.
I appreciate that for you, because you mentioned Lot. Because Lot, like I said, he got chosen out of the whole city, you know. But he was doing something. He was preaching out there. Right. This is Ezekiel 9 and verse 4. It says, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Right. And the angels are doing that now, man. You see, the angels are going out throughout the four corners of the earth and marking the elect, man. You see, the elect is being sealed with the mark as well. You see, as we read in Revelation chapter 13, Esau he's going to issue out a mark on his subjects, and the Lord is doing the same thing in the spirit. Right. You see, this is a spiritual mark that the brother is reading, man. And we know that spiritual mark, ultimately, the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to be written in the foreheads of the servants, man. You see? You want, bro?
Back in Ezekiel 9 and 5, it says, and to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite.
And that's what we're about to see, man. Those many great miseries, like the brother was going into. Bad times are getting ready to take place. We're about to see this prophecy being fulfilled, man. You see where the Lord is going to get busy on you so-called Negro Latinos and Native Americans, man. You see, he's already like we read, man. This is only the beginning, man. The Lord is just, man, he ain't even the Lord ain't even turned up yet, man.
These people don't even know what it's like to fast for 24 hours, bro. See, hey, the Spirit of the Lord had, his people, to fast, yesterday, starting Tuesday evening to Wednesday evening, but very soon you ain't gonna have the option to fast.
Right.
That option of, okay, I think I'm going to fast tomorrow, man. Okay, the Lord put everybody on the forced fast, man. Yeah. So these people, they're ripe for the taking. They can't go a day without having a cup of coffee. They can't go a day without having, they bacon and this and that. Yep.
It's so routine, bro. Your body gets so used to eating. Right. And when you stop eating and you fasting, it's like your body don't know what to do because you're so used to eating. Like, what I'm doing now. You're so used to eating and shit and drinking. You know what I'm saying? And when you stop, it's like your body is like, I don't know, you're like, damn, what the fuck? Like you kind of like, what the fuck I'm supposed to do? Right. Type shit. So your body's so used to a pattern, bro. When it just abruptly stop, these people, that's what's gonna bug their ass out. They ain't gonna know what to do. They're gonna go crazy.
That's why scriptures say, to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Because when you go into that word carnal in the Greek, there is sarx, which one of the definition means the animal nature within men. You see, because animals they react off of instinct, and impulse, right? Just habit. You see, they don't have the wherewithal and the discretion and the prudence to know when to cut back on certain particular things. Like a dog, if you put a whole slop of meat in front of a dog, he's gonna eat all of it. He's not gonna have the discretion like, okay, let me cut back. I'm getting a little full. See, that's how these people are, man. Right. So this is why the Spirit is guiding his elect, nurturing his men. Okay, nurturing the remnant, man, to learn how to be temperate, be controlled. You see, and fasting, that's a part of our culture, man. That's a very important thing. Right. It teaches you, more than just, withstanding from food. Ultimately, it teaches you how to rely upon the Lord. Right. And it humbles you, man. It humbles you. That's the whole point of it. You know, if you was in yesterday, if you partook of the fast yesterday and you had that mindset like, man, I can't wait till I get something to eat, man. I'm hungry. You using the wrong spirit, man. That shit. No. What did Yahweh Shah say in Matthew 4th chapter? Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from the mouth of the Most High, man. See, that's the mindset to cultivate, bro. Because very soon, that's all we're gonna have.
Right.
We're not gonna know what our next meal gonna be. We're not.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we're gonna have to totally rely upon, having faith upon the Lord. Okay, he said his servant's gonna eat.
Right.
You know.
Men should not live off bread alone.
Right.
You gotta, hey, Yahweh Shah, he preached, man, Yahweh Shah, hey, when he was fasting in the wilderness, bro, you know what I'm saying? The Satan tempting him, man, you know what I'm saying? It got to a point to where, not, like I said, he after a while, after those 40 days, he started to hunger. You know what I'm saying? That's when he got hungry. When that shit kick in, bro, like that's when Esau's son say when you start to actually starve.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It got to the point to where he was actually starting to starve. You know what I'm saying? And that's when Satan want to get you, bro.
Yeah.
So when you at that point where you about to, your weakest moment, bro. And how did Yahweh Shah combat that? He combated it with the word, man. You know what I'm saying? He combated it with the word, man. What did he tell Satan? Man shall not live off these. And Satan was trying to force him to, you know what I'm saying, to pull the cord, the Most High's, you know what I'm saying, to force the Most High's hand.
Right.
And doing something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jump off the, you know what I'm saying? The angels are gonna catch you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He
Quote the scriptures.
Yeah.
And what he was quoting, he was misquoting.
Yeah.
If somebody who don't know the scriptures, you know what I'm saying? If Yahweh Shah didn't know the scriptures, he would have Satan would have been able to get him, bro.
Yeah.
If you read that, Satan he didn't read it. he didn't read it with its proper context, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why Yahweh Shah, he came back and told us that, man. What he did.
You know, I got one for you.
Go ahead, bro.
This is what Yahweh Shah did, and this is what we gotta have. Psalms 119 and verse 9, it says, so like the Psalms 119 and where's that one that says, thy word have I hid in my heart? Yeah, that's it. The water. Psalms 119 and 11, thy word have I hid in my heart, that I might not sin against thee. See? So it's imperative. You gotta know what the scriptures are saying. You gotta know these scriptures, man. And more so, you gotta apply them.
Right.
Just like Yahweh Shah did. Okay, because like the brother just gave the example, or he went to the account. Matthew 4, Luke 4, the spiritual demon Satan actually physically encountering Yahweh Shah and tempting him.
Right.
And using scripture, but hey, Yahweh Shah was girded up, man. In the scriptures, he was in the spirit. So that's how we gotta be, man.
Right. Yeah. You think Esau not gonna put you? He try to put you into somewhere and starve you out. Yeah, you want to take it now? You want to take it now? We got some food for you. And they're gonna try you, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you gotta understand. Hey, you gotta revert back to the you know what I'm saying? The true bread, man.
Right.
You see, which is his word, man. All right, you gotta revert back to that, man. But like, I want to put. Can I pull this real quick, bro? You want me?
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, because you just mentioned that about how Esau is gonna try you. Well, that's that hour of temptation.
Yeah,
right.
When you read in Revelation, the 3rd chapter, man, in verse 10, I believe.
Yep.
Revelation 3 and 10.
Yep.
When you read that in a version, is it the NLT where it actually says in the time of testing? It actually says that. So that, like the Quran just mentioned, man, the priest just said it. This devil is gonna test you, man. You know what I'm saying? You ready now? That's exactly what he gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Until you get to the point of weakness, and you like, yes, I'm ready. I'll take it. Just let me eat. You know what I'm saying? That's the majority of our people, man. Because why? The priest Osman Watt already bought it out earlier. The nature, man. It's an animalistic nature that's gonna take over. That's why the scriptures refer to them as brute beasts.
Yeah.
And what about them? Made to be taken and destroyed, man. So a lot of destruction is gonna come just by that alone, man. The majority of our people are gonna lose because they're not gonna be able to resist. Because they've never fasted. They you know what I'm saying? That's all they do all day is feed their face, man. Never, there it is. Never refrain. There it is. Yep. And the scriptures tell you to mortify your members. You gotta control your flesh, man.
Right.
That's all it is, just your flesh, man. And this body, this flesh. We're born into a wicked, defiled, wicked flesh. This flesh is in itself. What's that?
Chains.
Yeah, chains. It's chains of darkness, bro. This is captivity. We need to be released from these bodies, man, because they're subject to sin. That's why Paul went into it, how the war, the spirit and the flesh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, the majority of our people are going to give in to the flesh, man.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I think the brother mentioned too. The carnal is what is death, and you know, spirit is life, man. You know, which the men of the Lord begins to all pass on down like-minded men. The few sisters that listen, all the believers, you know, that watch and listen, and they're trying, man. Hey, that's the spirit, bro. We moving according to the spirit. You know what I'm saying? To the best of our abilities. Now we mess up too. You know what I'm saying? We're not perfect, but you know, of course, we're in this flesh, but it's a battle. It's that fight, that struggle. You know what I'm saying? So hey, but you know, they have you know, that upper hand, man, because when you're living thus saith the Lord, according to the thing the Lord has you doing, well, that's that because we say right now we're in a boot camp.
Yes,
You know, so we're spiritual boot camp. So we're rehearsing Judges 5:11. We're rehearsing the righteous acts. So we're doing these things like the priest mentioned. We just came off of a 24-hour fast of the Day of Atonement. We do this every year. We've been doing this every year since we came into this thing, you know. So, and that's a mandatory fast. Now, you know, we should be fasting anyway. Whether you intermittent fasting, how you do it, man. You should be taking the time to refrain from this crap, man, because it's all poisons anyway. You know, we putting poisons in our body all day. You know what I'm saying? And that's why when God, the priest Benaiah mentioned, the body don't know what to do. You know, and I don't want to call any names, but you know, our person couldn't even sleep. You know, cause that they used to eat like that. The body didn't know what to do and couldn't sleep, bro. It's like, I'm like, bro, just go to sleep. Just sleep. It shouldn't be that hard. You know what I'm saying? But couldn't sleep because, you know, that's what the body is used to, what it's used to. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but it is what it is. But yeah, we gotta you know, these things are, you know, brothers are making some beautiful points, and yeah, man, the thus said the Lord is the way to go, man. You can't lose, bro. You know, you gotta.
Man, you got ISUBK telling you the Day of Atonement you can eat. Okay, drinking wine, this is a part of the ceremony. Where is that in the scriptures, man?
Hey,
You know what I mean? Going to show you these are some carnal minded niggas, man.
Yeah, to the scriptures.
Yeah, they feed their own belly. That God is their belly, man.
Right. That's some. Sirach 37 in verse, starting verse 27, they jump down to 31. And it's in the GNT. Sirach 37 and 27, it says, my child, as you go through life, keep your appetite under control. And do not eat anything that you know is bad for you. But I'm gonna jump down. It says, matter of fact, I keep reading a little bit, bro. I'm gonna keep reading. It says, verse 28, it says, all food doesn't agree with everyone, and everyone doesn't like the same kind of foods. Don't feel that you just have to have all sorts of fancy food.
Right.
And don't be a glutton over any food. If you eat too much, you'll get sick.
And if I can add, that's what Babylon taught us.
Right.
We grew up not having any type of restraints.
mm-hmm.
You know, whatever tastes good, eat it. You know, you younger. You know, good and damn well your mama told you just get one hot pocket. Your ass and got three. You know, yeah. You know, but that's what Babylon taught us is excess. That's why everybody's fat as hell, man.
Right.
But nobody has restraints here, man. You see, but that was ultimately the Lord's fattening. When you read that in James 5 in the NOT, it says, for the Lord has fattened you for the day of slaughter. Okay, you people are fat and ready for the slaughter, bro.
Right.
You see, spiritually and physically, man.
Right.
You know, and it's a sin to be morbidly obese, man. That's gluttony. The Lord hates that. There ain't gonna be no fat people in the kingdom of heaven, bro. Everybody's gonna be in shape, man. You know, and that's why I starting with our apostles, man. They push, you know, health. Health has a lot to do with this ministry because you're the temple of the Lord, and you know exactly how you feel in your body. That's going to reflect in your spiritual walk, man.
Right.
If you just eating goddamn Twizzlers and you know, Starbucks and you know all that shit all day, Popeyes, you know, it's going to reflect in your spiritual walk, man. You're gonna have that brain fog. Okay, you're gonna be sluggish. You're gonna feel sleepy. You ain't got, you know, you don't have any type of drive or enthusiasm to, you know, to put the work in. You know, you out of shape.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's practical wisdom, man. You know, when you hear that word wisdom, Jake just thinking you just floating. You know what I mean? Your eyes glowing. No, wisdom is practical, bro.
Yeah.
You know, something that's subtle is just restraining from eating, man. Okay, let me chill. Let me go get my ass in the gym, man. You know, even if it's for 30 minutes, let me do something.
If I can say, that's what Esau has set up. Because one thing about it, food, women, and wealth,
Man.
or money. Those are the three things that people, like I said, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Those are the three things that make you weak to the flesh. And what he did with like the food, like you say, the F to the D to the A, the food, then you have the drugs, then you have the administration. They put all that together. When you look at back in the day, you would have certain food. You have two or three ingredients. Now when you look on it from the 80s, 60 to the 80s to now to the 90s and 2000s, you have some food that had 3 or 4 ingredients. Now they got like 13, 14 ingredients. Why is that? Because Esau started incorporating things to make you what? To make you more addicted to this type of food. Now, why is he doing this? Because he wants to set it up for when you are so addicted, it's like a drug addict. When you take the drugs away, so when you take the food away, they're so addicted, they're like, I'll do anything for it. All right. He made you have money at one point where, like you said, now when you go get, like a house 80,000 now, and back in the day you can afford it. $80,000 house in the 80s compared to now is $500,000-$600,000. That's something that you want. That's what the flesh wants. So Esau have been incorporating these things just for when he get ready to take it away, you're gonna be like a drug addict. I need this. I want this. The flesh is gonna be wounded.
Man,
You know?
that's why when you ride, bro, I know, bro. While I'm working at some fucking McDonald's right while I get off the freeway at. Every fucking morning, that goddamn line is wrapped around the fucking corner, bro. And you wonder why, like, this motherfucker is always packed.
Mhm.
That's because of those chemicals in that food, man. You see, and that shit is fucking pump estrogen, all kind of shit that's totally throwing your body off balance, man.
Right.
You take a shower, it's full of goddamn birth control and estrogen. It's pumping in your skin is the biggest organ on your body, so it's just absorbing in. You drink it out of fucking bottle, a plastic bottle. That shit got fucking. You just get pumped. That's why shit. You gotta fucking take testosterone shit.
Yeah.
In this goddamn society, bro. Cause this nigga putting out atrazine, whatever that shit called in the water. It's making atrazine is making the goddamn changing the sections of frogs. So we just pumped full of all kind of shit, man.
Esau's a freaking FAGGOT, man. Because, like you said, like, you got it. Like, and we recommend brothers, man. Hey, yeah, like brother said, hey, take particular herbs that promotes and boosts, natural testosterone. Working out. That's the best way to, sustain, your natural testosterone and raise those levels up. But on top of that, add particular herbs, man, because there's a war on testosterone, bro. Because Esau, he's a fact, man. There's a war on testosterone. Because testosterone, when you really think about it, that's the energy and the vibration that the heavens roll in. Okay, Yahweh shine the angels, bro. That's testosterone, man. So Esau, he don't like that shit, man.
Yeah.
You see, because imagine you got a bunch of young Jakes just full of testosterone. That's a threat to Esau's kingdom. He wants to keep them docile.
Right.
He gives you all these foods that keep you docile. He gives you porn, Jake, you know what I mean? Just no restraints, just tired.
Overindulging.
Then you
fucking thing.
Yeah, then you got Christianity. You got love in the goddamn body. So it's like, God damn. So this is very oppressive to a man, bro.
Yeah.
Then your woman over you. You on child support. It's like, fuck. So we need Yahweh Shah, bro.
Right. This is Psalms 106:4. It said, remember me, O Lord, with the favor that thou bearest unto thy people. O visit me with thy salvation. And I brought that out because we wait for the Lord to deliver us. Because these things that we're speaking about, the brothers are bringing out. Bro, this is the time where we're seeing that, like you said, with the testosterone. That's what men, when they had we had abundance of men with testosterone, you would have them saying, I will live on my feet and die on my knees. Now they're saying that I'll be on my knees as long as you give me something. All right, so they don't look towards the Lord to be like they're gonna deliver them. They look towards Esau to deliver. Because what Esau, they can see Esau giving them what they need, so-called need to live. All right, but like I said, we have to know to remember us in these times. So the Lord is gonna provide for his men. And Esau want to do you like during the time, what was that in second Maccabees was 6 with Eleazar. Eleazar, he was just one of them to just pretend, play like you eating some pork. It'll be righteous fruit, but play like you're eating it. Why did he do that? Because he wanted the people to believe that. All right, that's what Esau want to see. Esau wants you to believe in something that's really not real. All this confusion in this world, all of this, like I say, he pumping estrogen in the men. He pumping and the women. They're all body discombobulated. Why is that? Because he's confusing everybody with all the food and all these drugs.
Yeah, you got women, they flat chested as hell, but men, they got man boobs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucked up.
And females got beards,
Man.
mustaches, man.
Mm-hmm.
And bigger hands than a nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Big
Big ass feet.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, bro. This is worst case scenario.
Yeah.
This dude's really changing your molecular structure.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why Yahweh Bashmal Shah said in Zechariah 1:15, he says, "For I'm very sore." When you read an NLT, he says, "For I'm very displeased with the heathens, for you have taken it far beyond what I intended."
What the book?
Zechariah
Oh,
1.
1:15.
Yeah.
I'm so pleased with the disease.
Yeah, he says, "For you have taken it far beyond my intentions." Like, come on, bro. Like, ain't no other heathen captivity we been under like Elam. Elam, when you read that account in the book of Esther, okay, the king at the time, he promoted, okay, for all women everywhere to respect their men.
Right.
You see? But it wasn't until we got underneath the watch and captivity under you goddamn devils, man, you so-called white people, you Edomites, to where you just broke up the family structure. You ushered in this flood of G to the A to the Y shit, man. You know, promoted women being elevated above men. You know?
And a lot of that too, just like with that new speak, you know what I'm saying? Cause the G8, the G to the A to the Y used to be happy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Used to be happy. Now it means a dude that's, you know, going the other way now. You know what I'm saying? Falling under that new speak. You know what I'm saying? So this nigga set up an elaborate system to jack Jake up, man. You know what I'm saying? To the point that as far as because this devil knows, man. He knows. And his mission is to get rid of Esau at the end Salaki, Israel at the end of the day, man. His mission is to get rid of Israel, man. They're trying that council back to that's still up to that to this very day, man. You know, that's why they're all the stuff that they're doing with like NASA, you know what I'm saying? Searching out the heavens, trying to blot out the sun, shooting rockets and missiles at the moon, because the scriptures tell you in Jeremiah 31, you know, he said it. If you can destroy or get rid of the ordinances, the way, you know, that he'll get rid of his people forever. They're still trying to get rid of you niggas, man. You niggas and figures. They want y'all gone, bro, because they're trying to hold on to a blessing that don't belong to them, man.
Right.
But if he can, back F8 to the G, Salaki, out the men, you know, which he's like the kind of going into, man. You know, he put it in the water, the foods we eat, everything, man. You know, so if he can do that, if he can accomplish that, well, feminine man ain't gonna enter into the kingdom, man. You know, you're gonna be
right. 1 Corinthians chapter 6. 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 9. And it says, "Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High?"
So if you're unrighteous, you're not going to inherit the kingdom of the Most High, man. The Lord is coming, like the brother began with the judgments, you know. Hey, a lot of deletions are coming to the planet Earth, man. Isaiah 24:1. The Lord is about to enter the earth, man. You know? Go ahead,
God. It says, "Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate."
Nor effeminate. There it is, bro. These soft-natured men, and out there, time the brother starts talking about that, immediately these big-ass, hot diesel, strong-ass niggas that be tearing up like, you play for the Cowboys? Terrell Owens, Terrell Owens, crying like a big-ass baby. Terry Crews, big ass. These big-ass niggas crying like little babies, man.
Yeah,
I'm like, Alan, yeah, come on, bro. Yeah, him too. Alan Saw, you know, Peggy, yeah, Peggy. You know, these crying big 6 foot, you know, tall ass big dudes, man, just crying their asses off, bro, because they're feminized, man. Because they consuming all this crap with all you know with this crap in it, man.
Mhm.
You know, and you can clearly see this nigga cried movies. You know, Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
And just crying their ass off, man. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck, bro? It's a movie. You ain't gotta get all emotional. Now, no, don't get it twisted, bro. I know some movies might make you feel something. You know what I'm saying? And if the actor is good enough, you might feel a little something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Keep that shit right. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Keep your integrity. Yeah, don't sit there and just boo-hoo in front of your woman like that.
Yeah, looking at you.
Yeah, she looking at your ass. She ain't shed a tear. Your ass crying like a bug. It was a movie that actually happened. And I think it was Martin, episode of Martin when Gina called him out and he was crying, and he didn't want Tommy to know that. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you didn't want that ball out. But hey, it's happening, bro. These things are happening, and then you see it all on the TV, the comedy shows, and you see this. It's everywhere, bro, because it's a reality, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got big ass niggas crying, and the women looking at them crazy as hell. They ain't shed a tear, bro.
Right.
But that's what Esau is doing. He's feminizing the nation of Israel for what because he don't. We just read it. Can you read it again?
Yeah.
Like, if I can say, because you talking about these big niggas that scribe, I used to see Terry Crews. He was on Friday, and then all that.
Yeah.
They just made him a damn buffoon, a big ass buffoon.
Mhm.
You know what a buffoon is, a damn clown. And he did that. Now it's this big nigga. He's a bodybuilder. What's his name? Big Groove or something like that. He'll take a bite of something.
yeah, I know
He
he's
just
something like
get up and
that.
start dancing.
Man, I know.
I'm like, I'm so tired. Somebody needs to. He needs to be taken. He needs to be taken down.
Mhm.
Somebody needs to the Lord needs to get rid of him.
Smiling like
Oh my
a killer
God.
gorilla.
Yeah, looking like Johnny Bravo.
Right.
Yeah, he got thrown. I was like, come on, that's buffoonery. And Esau take that. He take that and he laugh at you. Like Dave Chappelle said one time, it's to a point where they be laughing with you, and then when you look at it, they're laughing at you. And that's what Esau always try to do. He'll put when you call him like a mighty man, like these big guys, football players, things like that, and they feminize them before you can laugh at them and look at them like this is soft. They want to bring him down because that's like a modern buck breaking.
Hey, Dwayne Wade and his son.
Yeah,
Will Smith and his son.
Michael, what's that? Magic Johnson, his son.
Yeah.
This shit is ridiculous.
Man.
They hate to see an Israelite man in his right mind.
Right.
Okay, with manly fortitude.
Right.
And according to our law, according to the laws of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, what is that? Deuteronomy chapter 23 and the NLT. Well, you get in KJV too. Can I get it real quick? Deuteronomy 23. I still got that first Corinthians for you.
Mm-hmm.
Deuteronomy 23 in verse 1. It says, "He that is wounded in his stones," talking about your nutsack,
Mm-hmm.
or have his privy member cut off. Okay, these transformers shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. See, so the Lord, okay, in order to serve our power, you gotta have nuts, man.
Yeah.
Okay, you and what generates in your nuts? Okay, testosterone, manliness, man. Okay, what did the Lord say? Was it Isaiah 46? Remember this and show yourselves men. So that's a prerequisite in order to serve the Lord. Like our apostles say all the time. Okay, before you could be a man of the Lord, you first got to be a man.
Right.
So I'll go back to that 1 Corinthians 6 for you. But in verse 9, it says, "Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High?
Mm-hmm.
Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminates, nor abusers of themselves with mankind, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua."
All of those were unrighteous acts, man. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to inherit the kingdom of the Most High. And this devil knows these things, and that's why he's making the attempts that he's making by way of putting things in the water and the food and all these, shooting at the heavens and all these crazy ass things that this nigga's trying, which people will look at it like, why he shot a missile at the moon and not know what the hell is up with that. You know what I'm saying? The whole NASA, it ain't to create, it's creating jobs and this and that for people, but it's bigger than that, man. This devil knows exactly what he's doing, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, answer?
No, that was it.
I got that word.
Okay.
It's a word of feminine for that 1 Corinthians 6. It says strong G3120 Malakas. It says soft to the touch.
Man.
boys.
Yeah, moist.
Yeah, and these terms, yeah, boys, man.
Right.
You know, and a lot of bro, all these niggas are soft, bro. The only real men, okay, are the men of the Lord.
That's it.
Everyone else, they're just biological males,
Right.
you know, or females. You know what I mean? We don't. Hey, the only real women, okay, are the women that had men of the Lord,
Yep.
and they're in order. Those are women.
Right.
That word woman means a female servant.
That's it.
See, so everybody else, okay, that's a so-called woman, they're really female. So, okay, so like, we quote the apostles again. In order to be a man of the Most High, you first got to be a man. You can't be
Right.
soft. The Lord ain't dealing with that soft shit, man.
Mm-mm.
Because we coming into some hard times, bro.
Well,
And if you saw something that's soft, it means it's what? It's pliable. It's easy to be. It's easy to bend. Our nickname as a nation of Israel is what? Yasharon or Jeshurun, which means uprightness. In order for something to be upright or erect, it's got to be strong. Like your back, your vertebrae. You got to have a spine, man. The Lord ain't dealing with no soft, pillar. Yeah. That soft shit, bro. We see what happens when you have a society full of soft ass men. Hey, what's that one phrase? Good times. Create.
Soft men. Soft men. Yeah.
Can y'all say that? Yeah, I can't remember.
Strong men create good times. Good times create soft men. Soft men create hard times. Hard time creates strong men.
That's it. So yeah. So we see what happens when you have a society full of soft ass men. Anything goes. There's just a lot of disarray and disorder. So much to the point where the animal kingdom suffers. Everything and everybody suffers when men are not strong. See? So, bro, we're living in the last few hours of this weak shit, man.
Yeah.
That's why the prophet Ezra said in 2 Ezra 14, cast ye off the weak nature. Hey, bro, we're in the time, bro. You can't have this weak nature on you, man. You about to see a lot of Christmas shit, man.
Yeah.
That's a female. You can't, man, shut the fuck up, man.
Right.
Okay? Yeah.
That's why you had that dude, what's that dude name? Who had that called that meeting with all those generals.
Oh, yep.
That shit is going in, and that shit's just going too far. We fucking all this weak ass,
Right.
low ass shit. Basically, it's going in like it's time to be man. Yeah, all that's time for to be. It's time to be man. You gotta have a standard. It's too late for it's too late for Babylon though.
Man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's too late.
You gonna make everything all soft now? You talking about we can stop all this shit. Get ready for war. Y'all, we gotta get some strong men. No, it's too late.
They talking about shaving their beards, though.
Right. Hey, we don't want y'all beards. The one with the beards. We don't want y'all. But like I said, that because they can't break because they don't want. That's something that you're supposed to do. You're supposed to have a beard, but they want you to shave it clean. Talking about you want a clean cut, but see that's Esau's way. I had some. This is Psalm 73 in the NLT. Psalm 73 and 9. It says, "They boast against the very heavens, and their words struck throughout the earth."
God is dead. It just takes a while to hide the body.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like how much more blatant can it be? Yeah.
It says, "And so the people are dismayed and confused, drinking all their words."
Let you know that they're wine. The philosophy, words, that nigga mindset. You know what I'm saying? It polluted everything like the brother was going into, man. You see, it's not, this nigga's the problem, bro.
Right.
No matter where you go on the earth, you still gonna be under the influence of Babylon the Great, man. You see, Babylon the Great has a sense of that's according to the scriptures. Earth is given into the hands of the wicked. We're in the fullness of this man blessing. So the 4 corners, he's in possession of the whole 4 corners of the earth right now. You see, all these other nations has to in some way or form. You know what I'm saying? They can't just do what they want. They gotta, you know what I'm saying, come to some terms or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Babylon has the influence, man. You see, so the whole solution for this problem is to get this nigga out of rulership. Man.
Right.
He has to be taken off the power seat. How about Shemal Shah is gonna do it?
I'm going real quick, just to back up going into what you would say, man.
I got one too.
You want to finish this up? Right?
Can I pull this for you real quick? Read that last part on.
Come. So 73:10 it says, "And so the people are dismayed and confused, drinking in all their words."
No. Well, what's the
Of
top one
course.
said? Yeah. Drinking in all their words. Go ahead.
Back Psalm 73 and 8, it says they
Oh,
boast
okay.
against the very heavens, and their words strut throughout the earth.
Right. This is Ezekiel 35 and 13. It says, "Thus with your mouth have you boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them." So the Lord hear everything that this nigga is saying, man. Even in these secret councils that they have, the Lord is hearing everything, man.
Right.
So the Lord is getting ready to react. That's why the Lord said, "You gonna know that I am Yahweh Shem Yahushua when I judge your ass, man."
Mm-hmm.
You see, it's not much longer until this man is taken out of power. See, the scriptures talk about the bounds that he cannot pass. You see, so the Lord has to allow prophecy to play out. He has to allow that in Revelation, what is it, 18, or the sins reached unto heaven.
Mhm.
You see, that's that bounds that Job was talking about. Once he reached that bounds, it ain't going no further, man.
Right.
You see, so we in the times where those sins are almost to that point to where the Lord is gonna bring that judgment, man.
You had- No, that was it. Yeah,
Oh,
that was
good.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was it. What you read in the NLT?
Yeah, the
Okay,
NLT.
yeah, that was it, though.
It's back in Psalm 73 and verse 9 to the 11. It says, they boast against the very heavens, and their words spread throughout the earth. And so the people are dismayed and confused, drinking in all their words. What does
That's why everybody confused.
Right.
You don't know how many genders there are anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You don't know what a woman is. You don't know what a man is.
right?
That wasn't even a conversation when I was growing up.
No, that was just
Right.
15 years ago.
Bro, that wasn't even a fucking conversation. It wasn't a debate in school about that.
No,
Bro, that shit is wild, bro.
man.
Everybody still have two sexual organs. It ain't no extra.
Right. Right.
So, and nothing ain't changed. It's just what their words are.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
That's going to show you he hates the Most High, man.
Mm-hmm.
This dude hates the Most High. You know?
Sure.
What's in Psalms 50? It said to cast the word behind him.
Yeah.
You know, you don't respect the word of the Lord. That's why he's outside the temple. He's the wicked, man. You know, he
Right.
created that. So he can only be who he is, you know. The leper can't change his spots. The Ethiopian can't change his skin, and who accustomed to doing evil can't do good, man. You know, that's Esau. He's crooked. He can't be straight. The Lord knows can straighten it, but the Lord, that's not his purpose, man. His purpose is for destruction, man. Romans the 9th chapter. He's that vessel of dishonor fitted to wrath and destruction. So he's serving his purpose on the left hand as the wicked to bring the day of evil. And then the Lord is going to destroy this dude, man. So he's created to basically come down on 2/3 of Jake. You know what I'm saying? That's his purpose. To be that sword, that whooping post for Yahweh Shem Yahushua on 2/3 of the nation of Israel, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? After he does that, then the Lord is gonna get rid of this dude, man. And eventually, after he, gives him to his people for a period of time, that 1,000-year period, then he's gonna obliterate and exterminate this dude, man. He's gonna get rid of him forever, man. You'll never see another Edomite on the planet ever again.
I'm
Man.
gonna read some verbatim. It was looking more. It says Psalm 73 and 11. It says, what does God know? They ask. Does the Most High even know what's happening? You know.
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah 20:29-16, I'm reading the NLT. It says, "How foolish can you be? He is the potter, and he is certainly greater than you, the clay. Should the created thing say to the one who made it, he didn't make me? Does a Joyce ever say, the potter who made me is stupid? Soon it will be not," so like I said, soon, and it will not be very long. What's like it out? That was internet, my bad. But the verse, when you read NLT, I'm reading KJV, it says, "Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as a potter's clay. For shall the work say to him that made it, he made me not?" And Esau say that shit. Big Bang Theory.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying the Lord didn't make it. It was all great about the atom spark and came together and then boom, shit. And then the evolution, that shit don't even make no goddamn sense. All these damn things get sick at one time. Wouldn't they all fucking die? How did it fucking evolve?
Right.
If one of the motherfuckers survive, like how does shit even fucking work, bro?
Edo Yashwami did a video on Charleston White, going to Charleston White, talking about how he descended from Lucy.
Lucy.
You know, that's a fucking monkey.
Yeah.
You see, but that's part of what the scripture the brother had read. You know, how Esau, he makes these people drink in all these words, where you got niggas really thinking that they related to monkeys. But yet, when Esau call your black ass a monkey, you get offended.
Right,
But you believe it.
right.
Fucking monkey.
What? Why are there still monkeys in this?
Right.
They got something. Yeah.
So yeah, exactly. So what? They retarded. They couldn't go through finish the process.
Right.
What the ones in between?
Right.
You know, you got ones just three monkeys, then you got the people. We're the ones that halfway through there.
Right.
They ain't finished the process yet.
Right.
Right.
Come on.
It don't make sense, bro. And niggas don't think.
Yeah.
I'm like, ain't shit ain't sparking. Ain't nothing sparking.
But the Big Bang Theory, they said it exploded, and then you had certain cells and things, and it created people,
Mhm.
you know, or just started creating life. Why is that not happening now?
Right.
Why you need a male and
Man,
a female, a man and a woman to go
Right.
ahead and
Right.
procreate? Why it just ain't developing off some cells just
Right.
sitting there? And that's, you know, you see a baby just sitting there.
So it began like that, and then it became this.
Yeah.
Stop, nigga.
Come on.
It's always been that.
They trying to take the Lord out of the equation.
Right.
That's why.
Why shit ain't why we don't see shit evolving now?
Why we
Yeah,
ain't see that?
why shit ain't evolving now?
Yeah.
According to the scriptures, we're devolving. Scriptures speak about 2 Ezra 14 and 2 Ezra 5. It speaks about how we get weaker after every generation. Everything, you know, gets so smaller.
Yeah.
We're way smaller than what, you know, our early fathers were, man. In the ancient world, bro.
Right. See, that's what Esau trying to manipulate. You be like, well, look at all these young guys now. They're 6, 7, 6, 8, they 16. All this goddamn steroids that Esau is putting in this goddamn food.
And then they break down by the time they're 25.
That's why they took on basketball. They be like, well, all these guys getting injured so much. They be trying to rest and don't play. No, because they shit is brittle.
Yep.
Right.
They get big as hell. Anybody can't hold on to it. You know, they just break their bones and shit.
Ain't no way in hell in the ancient world this many sons of God tore their ACLs.
Right.
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 Every nigga I know done tore his ACL, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, they be too early, bro. Sean Bradley. I mean, it's crazy because that y'all mentioned that because the spirit, for some reason, I've been looking up some of these like big ass dudes, like like Sean Bradley. These are 7, 8, and tall ass and through in a wheelchair, leg can't walk no more. I'm like, dude, you ain't that. Damn, bro. You can't walk, bitch. They through. Yeah, they looking crazy as hell sitting in a wheelchair through.
Bro,
Like this nigga, boy. But that happens.
Yeah.
That happens to all them tall. When they big like that, they die early, like Andre the Giant. You know, all these big ass dudes. That's not, nah, bro.
Yeah.
The Lord, we ain't in them times right now. So all them motherfuckers is through. All them big ass niggas, they through. They gonna die early or be the forms in a wheelchair at early ages, man.
Right.
They're not gonna grow old and you know what I'm saying, and just have a natural life.
Right.
You know, because us in these normal bodies, that we ain't all we got better odds, right? You know.
That's why they try to say Shaq is rare because they were like, because he that size and he still ain't like in the wheelchair. He get hurt so quick when he was in the NBA. They were like, that's like the ones they say in the generation, but you don't see that. That's the only person you see. You see they have moved that much and still good.
Right.
But like I said, that's very rare. That's for the Lord to put out for us. Say, see, this is like could be the mighty man that could have ran through and did certain things. Everybody else that's that size, no, they through.
Yep.
By the time they get 50 or 60, they in a wheelchair. They have left the earth. They, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Bro, you used to watch that nigga. That nigga be running slow going back to his side. Everybody else be already as you
The big dudes slow like that, though.
Nigga slow and bitch.
Yep.
That was it on that Isaiah.
And even when you read about the Son of God in Book of Genesis, and speak about how they lived so long, man. Like we have a dude look, he was like 906 or something.
Yeah.
You know, and then you just see throughout the process of time that our lifespan just shrink.
Yeah.
King David said in Psalm 90th chapter, we was three score years and 10. At reason, at best, man at his best thing is altogether vanity.
Right.
So how in the hell does that back up evolution? No, according to the Bible, we're devolving, man.
Well,
We're getting worse.
For a man, a lifespan in America is like
It went down.
that's just ridiculous,
Man.
Bro, 62 in the age, bro, you not even you still wet behind you, man.
62 in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
That's why the scripture saying was in Isaiah that somebody who died is 100 years old, it's gonna be cursed.
Right.
Man.
But Jake gonna live on and through here. Just keep going. That's why Esau think he's finna kill unalive everybody and keep just a small amount of people to basically become immortal because he's trying to Like you say, that's why he looks at Jay. What's that? Get Out. That movie really is it's like a true reality. All right, it's really a non-fiction because that's something he looks to do. How he looking to evolve and become immortal? He's trying to find it through Jay,
Man,
through you Israelites.
bro, if that nigga could, that nigga would try, cause that movie, you know what I'm saying? Like it was to the good. You know, Jake, man, when these elites and shit get hearts and organs, they get it from our people, man.
Yeah.
They get it from Jake. And that movie Get Out, them niggas, perfected a so-called procedure to where they can actually put themselves inside your fucking body. So now they got the blessing.
Right.
They
You
got
got
the
the
blessing. I want,
thing.
like that one nigga told him, I want what's behind your eyes. I want I want that soul, nigga. I want you. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I want to be you. And that's exactly what the niggas was doing, bro.
Yep. And lock your soul up within there. You just trapped, and they got your body. Yeah, I said that's getting the blessing. That's really is. That was a deep movie when you look at it.
Yeah.
But goddamn, but Jake don't see that. Jake just see that. Oh, it was a good movie. Well, then you see the spirit. Oh man, it was a good movie. That's all they can say. They don't see the spiritual things of it. You gotta have the spiritual eye to see these certain things in these movies.
What was that other movie? I think it was what was it that it's like a series on Netflix. It came out some years ago. Going to like AI and stuff. Like what's it you movie?
Black Mirror?
Yeah, Black Mirror.
What you talking
But yeah, Black Mirror. But in one episode, it was when they had like that little that dog, and like that dog like they transfer like consciousness. Did you see that episode?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, yeah.
Myself, I know I told y'all about that
That
with Ryan Reynolds. You know what I'm saying? He was able to trade, put his spirit in, you know what I'm saying, inside put his conscience inside Ryan's Reynolds body. You know what I'm saying? But they show you in that movie, that's what they want, man. That was man, Esau had that power. If Esau had that power, then we through. That's why the Lord gonna stop. That's why the Lord got to stop this nigga, man. These niggas is trying to wreck that digital tower of Babel. When you read in Genesis, talk about man now nothing is and what did the angel say? Now nothing is withheld from them or something like that. Esau it's how much more in these times when this nigga had the technology, this nigga can go on the brain and read brain waves and do all particular kind of shit like that, man. You see, the Lord got to stop this nigga, man.
Yeah.
Cause this nigga he done beat you know what I'm saying? The Lord allowed this nigga to go on, he'll be done made that shit.
That TV series Westworld. They started knowing who was real and who was an android. You know, Westworld, he basically created his own world, you know, and they can live forever because they were constantly within these mechanical bodies. You know, so that's what Esau's trying to do. You know, you have Edomite, when you look at these elite, they want to live forever. They say because they know their blessing is got a period of time where, like you said, his bounds cannot pass. They're trying to break that bound. They trying to continue. Like he said, he said he's gonna continue. He's gonna continue forever. The Lord said, no, it's got to be a time where you got to be stopped, or it won't be no flesh left. Because this man, he would destroy his own self trying to get rid of you and live forever.
Right.
I got something, bro. This 2 Thessalonians 2, and I'm gonna start at 9 at NLT. Says this man will come to do the work of Satan with counterfeit power and signs and miracles.
All right, that's artificial right there.
Right.
The counterfeit power, the artificial intelligence. Even like with the food, they say it's natural artificial flavors. See, that's his way of saying it. He said it's natural, but it's natural. It's his new jack natural. It's artificial. You know, that's counterfeiting with the Lord. He's trying to do everything with the Lord. Dude, that's why was it Noah what's his name? Noah he said, you know, we don't need God anymore. We can do it now ourselves because we got basically was saying we got our artificial things that can keep our lives sustained. We don't need the Lord, the natural of life now.
Right. It says, I'm gonna read that again. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 9 in the NLT. This man will come to do the work of Satan with counterfeit power and signs and miracles.
Bro, this is no work of Satan. If you ever want to know what the demon Satan would do on earth, look no further.
Right.
He's doing it to the so-called white man. So it ain't no fucking salvation for this dude, man. All you coon ass niggas screaming up and down, what about the white man? He's doing the work of Satan, bro.
Doing the job well.
Man.
The energia,
Right.
energy.
Yeah.
That's what that is. That's what that word is. The workings of Satan, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The so-called self-proclaimed white man is Satan's strong arm in the earth, man.
Right.
You know, he's a spawn directly from Satan, man. You know, the left hand. You know, it is what it is. We didn't do it. You know,
Right. Verse 10, it says, he will use every kind of evil deception to fool those on their way to destruction, because they refuse to love and accept the truth that will save them.
It says every kind, and he's got technology. The scripture say, "I made thee wiser than Daniel." You know, so he's gonna use deep fake, Vivo 3, Palantir,
Project Blue Beam.
yeah, Project Bluebeam. You know, so anything you can think of. So that's why, like, you know, the JP listen to the video, man. They I don't know, man. They sound like they go too far off, but I don't know. I don't know if these all gonna do all that. And, bro, the Lord just said it. He's gonna use everything he can, everything in the tool bag, man.
Yeah, I already got you deceived. If you saying this nigga ain't gonna take it there,
Yeah.
you already deceived.
Exactly.
No, this nigga's gonna go. The nigga that Buzz Lightyear spirit. Then to infinity and beyond.
What is he gonna use it for? When has Esau ever used anything for good?
Right. And he's gonna deceive, and he's gonna use this technology to deceive the people, man, to convince them that this is salvation.
Right.
That's what we've been warning. That's what we warning you about. That's what our apostles have been warning you about. That's what our bishops and our elders have been warning you people about. That this technology that this man has behind the scenes, when he brings this technology out, it's going to look like salvation.
Right.
That's why the scriptures say, if possible, he would deceive the very elect. You see, but it's not possible for them to deceive the elect, man. You see, because the elect ultimately know what true salvation is, man. What salvation is, man. You see, versus this fucking great value ass signature, the goddamn signature fucking you know, that signature brand at Tom Thumb.
Yeah.
That fucking signature ass goddamn knockoff, man.
Yeah.
You see?
I got one. Yeah, and at the end of the day, man, bro, like the brother said, we need salvation at the end of the day, man. Because this nigga, like the con just bought out, it's gonna come with every, you know, he going in that bag, like, you know, Felix the cat, goddamn it, you know,
Right.
that nigga going in that bag of tricks, man. You know, like real talk, you know. So yeah, man, we got to get out of here at the end of the day. So it's Matthew chapter 24. I'm starting verse 21. Point is in 22. It says, it's Matthew 24 and 21. It says, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be, which is lines up perfectly with Daniel the 12th chapter and verse 1, Jeremiah the 30th chapter and verse 7, man. You know, that time of trouble, Acts 14 and 22. And you got these people out there saying, ain't no Jacob's trouble. And then these wicked, through-ass Christians with the tribulation, like they gonna surpass this. These things are written, man.
Yeah.
Right.
You going through this, bro. You know, where there is no way around it. Acts 14, through much tribulation, shall we enter into the kingdom, bro? You're not going. In other words, you're not going to get there without going through that. That's basically what that's saying. Through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom of the Most High, man. You know, so these things are written. They're going to happen. Jacob's trouble is upon us as we speak, and they're going to happen, man. Verse 22, it says, and except those days be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. I think the priest of Matthew mentioned that, man. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And we're in the time. As a matter of fact, somebody remember some just yesterday or recently, you know, and somebody was saying that, you know, how you know, everything seemed like it's moving very fast. I noticed, like, you know, like a week, man, we going by quick as hell, bro.
Right.
It be from Sunday to Friday, quick as hell, bro. You know, like, god damn. But I'm
Okay.
2025 is done, basically. The year
Mhm.
2025 is
Yeah,
ran through.
yeah,
It is, bro.
yeah.
It's a 10, but we only got 2 more
One
months.
more months, I think. Yeah, something like that. Two months,
Right.
bro. Whole year, quick. That's the Lord.
If I can make a point too, because it said no flesh, man. When you go into that word
Oh,
flesh,
yeah.
it means something like of natural origins, man.
Mhm.
This nigga is changing the way he's changing everything to, like the brother said earlier, artificial, man. Man. Now everything is the word that he's trying to create is not going to be natural, man.
Right.
The way that food is made is not natural. You know what I'm saying? These processing plants, that shit is not natural, man.
Nope.
You see, lab grown GMOs. You know what I'm saying? Lab grown meats. That's not natural. Lab grown fruits. Literally lab grown fruits, man. This nigga is gonna do look it up the video, man. Lab grown fruits, when you brothers and sisters out there, look it up, man. This nigga got a goddamn petri dish with what look like boogers on that shit. And out of them little booger things, and they gonna make. And now you see them on that video, and they boasting like, "Look, yeah, we don't. Yeah, we can create fruit, all right, a different way, not the traditional way. What is the traditional way? It's natural. Having the seed, put it in the ground, the plant grow, and the plant produce fruit. Now we don't need that anymore. Now we can grow this shit in labs,
Right.
from a booger.
Yeah.
Literally, bro, that shit. And so he's trying to do the birth. He's trying to take away the natural way people brought into the earth, man.
Don't say that.
You see, with these artificial wombs. Now that damn woman don't got what we just take the seed, we just put it in this goddamn AI,
Right.
and then it can make the baby.
Right. But what does that prove? Babies come from men.
Yeah,
Right.
Women are not even necessary anymore. And Esau proving that shit right now because he's doing that very thing that the brother just said. You know, these niggas creating babies without women. They need the seed of the man. So that shows
Right.
where babies come from, bro,
Right.
and who they belong to.
Right.
The children belong to men. That's it, bro. You know, because you got women still fighting that battle, man. Like the babies are theirs, man.
Right.
Nah, man, the babies belong to the man. That's why the scriptures say that. Matthew 1 is right there. Abraham begat. You know,
Right.
Isaac begat. It's the men are the ones is where these babies are coming from, bro. Stop with the madness, man.
Right.
Men begat, women bear.
Right.
That's the difference. That's it. Men begat and women bear, bro. That's it.
That's just
Stop.
But then they say when they go to Boaz, they be like, had Ruth. They're like, well, they say Ruth. That's kind of letting you know that you don't really need Israelite women to continue.
Exactly. That's what that's
Yeah.
what that's making. You know, and they don't even get it.
Nope.
You know, going to it, they're like, dude, stop, bro. You condemn, stop. You know, but yeah. So, hey, those days are short. But really quick, can I read this NLT? Brother, got something?
You got it, bro.
So let me read this in NLT real quick. Matthew 24 and 21 and 22 again in NLT. It says, Red Dutch Yahweh speaking. It says, for there will be great anguish than at any time since the world began, and it will never be so great again. Because, and the reason that is because the times we're coming into, we've never seen.
Right.
You know, we've seen some bad times in the earth. You know, chattel slavery, Great Depression. It's been some bad times in the earth, bro. But the time we're coming in, we've never seen. It's going to make that look like baby play. We're only going to see that once, so you know how special that's going to be. The Lord is about to magnify His name, bro.
Yep.
You know, so that's going to be a very special time. You know, and people are going to remember it, and they ain't going to forget that shit. And it's only going to happen once, and it'll never happen again, because after that, the implementation of the kingdom of heaven will be established in the earth by way of our big brother Yahushua, man. You know, so verse 22, it says, in fact, unless that time of calamity is shortened, not a single person will survive, but it will be shortened for the sake of the Most High's chosen ones, man, the elect, man. You know, Lord willing, we can be a part of that, bro.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we fighting and striving to be a part of, you know, the elect, those chosen ones, man. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, bro, the time of trouble is at hand. Great judgments are at hand. And bro, you know, hey, gird up, strap in, man. You know what I'm saying? Stay prayed up, you know, and keep pushing, bro. You know what I'm saying? In these times, man, Satan is gonna go hard, man.
Right.
You know, to try to sift brothers and sisters, man. So y'all, hey, hold tight, man. Like the scripture say, hold fast that which ye have, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, bro, at the end of the day, salvation is near at hand, man. That's what we're fighting for. We're fighting to, hey, bro, I don't want to be destroyed, man. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think none of these brothers and we ain't looking for destruction, man. You know, we're looking to be saved.
Right.
You know, so we just got to keep doing the right things, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, brothers, you guys.
Yeah, man. Hey, so Lord willing, you out from our cross, we're edified with this. So next time we want to give our praises, honor, and glory to our power.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Want to give Devon strong beloved apostle, that was a great millstone for Wafla Babal. Shalom.
Shalom.